Talking happy, just keep talking happy talk. Thinking about things you'd like to do. You've got to have a dream.
Hello and welcome to this Monday's edition of Movie News here at AMB. We'd just like to thank you once again for joining us here on our YouTube channel and of course on our Twitch stream as well. Don't forget Twitch. We cannot forget Twitch.
Oh.
It is just as important as YT, as the kids say. John C. Walsh is here as well, co-hosting. I'm your other co-host, Stephen John
Wearing
McLaughlin.
the same hat again. I've only got one hat, clearly.
It is a different day. This is live and interactive.
You know what, Stephen? When I go to you, I'll change my hat. There you go.
Fair dues. But John, we're going to be talking about Andrew Garfield's Stunt Double. That is the headline. Stunt Doubles. There's a lot of news out today. And yeah, this is coming in from Cinema Blend.
Seismic repercussions though, Stephen, this Stunt Double.
Yeah, it could
mean big things.
Well,
for No Way Home.
The actual initial post that this guy posted has been whipped off social media, John, so there's a lot.
What does that tell you?
Yes, Spider-Man 3 looks like
no
Andrew
smoke
Garfield's
fire.
Stunt Double has been spotted on set. This is coming in from Cinema Blend, and yeah, this news comes to us from social media with Marvel fans closely monitoring the accounts of various contributors to the franchise. Spider-Man No Way Home is filming, which is why the fandom was shocked when Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man stuntman William Spencer started posting on social media alongside Tom Holland's current double, Greg Townsley. Now, I'm getting to know stunt doubles now. Have these innocent social media posts accidentally confirmed that Garfield is indeed returning to Peter Parker? Now, John, there is a picture here. I know you've went and wandered off, so we can't bring a graphic up just yet. But you've kind of got it at the top there. So I'll try and use my psychic abilities to scroll up a little bit. Doesn't work, but it doesn't matter because this is coming in from Simon Moore. Simon Moore 2110. I'm gibbering here just to buy John some time so he can get back into his chair. We're back, bang! And Andrew Garfield's Stunt Double on set next to Tom Holland's Stunt Double. Yeah. But John, it does say in this article, the above tweet shows us the now deleted Instagram posts from Andrew Garfield's Stunt Double, William Spencer. Wonder if he's still in a job.
This is the most important part though, Stephen. Yeah. Greg Townsley, who is currently Tom Holland's Stunt Double. Yeah. For Spider-Man, so he was with him.
Well, at least we know Tom Holland's in it.
Yeah, well, Stephen, what they say, and they're right in what they say about this. I've changed my hat. Woohoo!
Yeah.
To one I've not worn in about a year. What they say, and they're correct, is that it's COVID. These productions are heavily.
He looks like Tom Holland.
He does look like Tom Holland. Well, Stephen, that's actually Andrew Garfield's Stunt Double. So Andrew must have long hair. And as someone said, he must be in his late 20s, 30s, the character by this point, and he will have seen some shit. Long hair, Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, that would be a sight to see. But Stephen, they say in the right pandemic era, these productions are heavily guarded. They've got sort of quarantine booths and they're getting tested twice a week or whatever, maybe even daily. They ain't allowing people in on day tickets to come in and have a field day with stunt doubles who are close to Tom Holland, the star of the movie. So he must be doing work for an actor on this movie, and if he's close to Greg Townsley, was it Greg Townsley?
Yeah, Greg Townsley, I think
Greg
it was.
Townsley,
yeah.
Well, that's Tom Holland's stunt double. Then he must be doing double work for someone on this movie, and he has notoriously worked with Andrew Garfield before, so they've put 2 and 2 together and they've come up with 4. I think they're right, Stephen. I absolutely think Andrew Garfield will be in this. I think this is confirmation. That's why he's had to pull the post. Why would he be on the set with Greg Townsley, Tom Holland's Stunt Double, in the middle of a pandemic?
Marvel,
they're not allowed in.
Only last month, were winding us all up. They were trolling us big time.
Ray Bonner.
This actor, this actor I've always wanted to work with. No actor turned up. No actor turned up. That was the director of WandaVision.
It was Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany turned up and acted with himself. That was a guy he wanted to work with his entire life. Himself, big-headed shit that he is, and he has got a big head, but we all love his big head. Paul's a great actor, and as a guy that has a big forehead, he's a sort of hero to me. But Stephen, I don't think they're doing this. I don't think this is a Ralph Boner situation. It's Spider-Man 3, No Way Home. We've already got it confirmed Electro's coming back, and it's Jamie Foxx. We've got it confirmed that Green Goblin's coming back. We've got it confirmed that Doc Ock's coming back. We've got it confirmed in the last movie that J.K. Simmons, J. Jonah Jameson character is back.
Is Michael Keaton back?
I hope so, yeah, because he was in jail obviously with Scorpion, so and they were hatching plans. And I says that to you, Stephen, that's not like Kevin Feige. He doesn't allow loose ends like that. He doesn't allow an end credit scene to go unanswered. he was scheming with Scorpion about getting to Peter Parker. That will come to fruition in this movie. I think we'll have a Sinister Six, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Scorpion, Vulture, whoever
That'd
the
be
other
epic,
one is.
Yeah.
And I think for him to fight that challenge, I don't think he can do it on his own with his school kid friends. I think he needs two wise heads, and those two wise heads will be Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker and Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker. And again, the stunt double, William Spencer, being on the set during a pandemic when they won't be allowing people in just for the fun of it. These ain't the days where you've got Kevin Smith stoating in, as we like to say, walking in to the rest of the world, to a big set like Star Wars or something, and having a mosey around. They're hugely legislating for keep the pandemic, the COVID thing. Lots of guidelines in place, security, safety. This guy's in here and he's shoulder to shoulder with this Greg Townley guy who I didn't know about until today. So he must be doing stunt work for someone. I hope it's Andrew Garfield.
Now,
it makes sense.
John, another worst case scenario other than Marvel trolling the fans could be the possibility they might do Ghostbusters 2016 by bringing actors from the previous franchises back to play other characters. I would hate that.
Stephen,
absolutely detest when they do that.
They've done that once. They've done that with your man Pietro.
Yeah.
Evan Peters. They brought him back. They cannot do that again in a big project. They cannot subvert the expectations. That's all right for a character like Quicksilver. We already had Pietro in the MCU. We knew that was a long shot. I was still hoping for it. I still am hoping for it.
Listen, I don't want to see Tobey Maguire turning up as a delivery driver.
No, that'd be disastrous,
Tony Stank. Doing a Stan Lee. I don't want to see that. I want to see them either in it or not in it at all.
And it just makes sense, Stephen. This is a sort of Civil War set-up, an epic conclusion to this version of Peter Parker, because I'm saying conclusion because it's usually a trilogy of movies, but look at 4, it may not be a conclusion, but big, they've traditionally went with big sort of set-piece movies for the third instalment, I think, for that world, and then it was Ragnarok, so that's a big set-piece. Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, kinda, I didn't like it, but it was a bit bigger than Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Captain America is a classic one. We go from Winter Soldier, which was great, to Civil War, so it makes sense, man, to bring these two guys back. Their stories as Spider-Man weren't completed in a way that was
Garfield's
pleasing,
to
pleasing to the fan base. So this is a perfect way to tick all the boxes. You get them back, you get a fulfilling ending for these two characters, and it also aids Tom Holland's Peter Parker by being a sort of wise in it. You get the multiverse.
They have to be careful, don't they? They don't take the shine off Tom Holland's performance either, because it's a big deal bringing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in as it is. Yeah. If they do, how much screen time will they have? Will they have enough to have presence to fit into the story, or is it just going to be fan service? That's the thing you've got to sort of make sure you balance out right, isn't it?
Well, that's what a lot of people were concerned about, even with even the villains. We've seen it with Sony incarnations of Spider-Man. Previously, lots of villains bloated, not giving themselves enough room to explain why they're there, give them a side arc. You don't get that with Kevin Feige, so if they're choosing to go down this route, introduce all these villains, all these heroes, it'll be like Civil War, it'll have some meaningful reason for it happening. And obviously Civil War, it was a splitting up of these two guys, ultimately revealing that Bucky, Winter Soldier, killed Tony Stark's parents. It all led in to Infinity War. They were separated, then they come back. It all has meaning with Feige, so I think it'll have meaning, Stephen, if they do it, and they'll handle it right. They know how to handle characters in this Marvel Cinematic Universe. They know, we've seen it with Endgame, man. There's about 40 characters on the screen, so they'll find a way to give them all a meaningful role. You don't bring back your man, I don't even know who played that. I've completely blanked on his name.
Alfred Molina.
Alfred Molina. You don't bring him back. You don't
Alfredo.
Alfredo. You don't mention that guy in here, Stephen. Hated that absolute cretin before he went up there, and I hate him even more now. I was never a Liverpool man, never. I've always been an Arsenal man. Before that, Man United, when they were decent in the 90s and they didn't have all the bought-in players. I liked your Cantownas and things like that. So Stephen, getting off piste a little bit, to quote a skiing term. I think it will happen, man. I think this is confirmation that we are getting Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Maybe not Tobey, but Andrew Garfield for sure. They better get Tobey in that movie as well. And Tobey! I will be most displeased.
Yeah, well, I think Tobey will be as well. I just hope they do it, John. If they don't, then they don't. You know, as long as the film's good.
He dies.
I think it's all pointing in that direction so far. I just hope this is not a troll.
Stephen, I like what you've done there. You're doing the whole One Division thing again, but you're not getting your hopes built up. You're taking a step back, and I'll catapult myself right into the middle of it all and say, they better be there. They are going to be there. You'll say, John, I don't think they've ever mentioned these characters are going to be in this movie, and ultimately they won't be in
you
it.
fucking bastards!
Doctor Strange is going to be in WandaVision. He's definitely making an appearance. It was confirmed, Stephen. You says to me 6 weeks on, John, they've not mentioned Doctor Strange at any point. Definitely didn't mention Doctor Sleep. That was Hugh McGregor and Mike Flanagan. And ultimately you were right, Steve, so I hope you're wrong this time.
I wasn't right, I just didn't come up myself. I wasn't right or wrong. But I was
still
there
maintain it made sense.
But I was there to come in at the right time and say, I told you so.
To be fair,
you committed, right. John. You got to give yourself credit for committing yourself, you know, and sometimes you'll get it right, sometimes you will get it wrong. But I think we were all deep down hoping, obviously, Doctor Strange was going to be there, you know, and obviously making some kind of appearance. He didn't, so
I still maintain he's bad at his job. This was a witchcraft sort of thing going on, a huge magical creation in the east coast of the United States of America. Doctor Stephen Strange doesn't turn up. This is this guy's job, man. How is he still the Sorcerer Supreme in this universe? Get to fuck. You should have been there, Stephen Strange. You let me down, bitch. You better make up for it in Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
Benedict.
Ralph Boner will not do. Anyway, John, we're going to move on to our next topic, and it's all about Zack Snyder's Justice League. You might have heard about this little film.
Have you watched it yet, Steve?
Re-released. Not, John.
I've not either. I need to watch it.
Listen, the reason for it is because it's 4 hours long, and I'm trying to find some time to do it. I don't want to do it. I know you can. It's segmented. I know it's in parts. I don't want to do it like that because that's treating it like a mini-series, which Steve, it was originally intended to be.
We have seen bits of it.
Yeah.
But we're watching bits.
John,
of
the thing is, I'm kind of glad in a way that I've only watched the Josh Whedon version once. So when I'm getting into this, I'm not going to again go, oh, that's a new bit, because I don't really remember everything about that film anyway. So I'm going to get in with more or less 90% fresh eyes, and just.
Steve, before I let you actually go into the topic, we did see the reawakening of Superman again, and I found that surprising because that confirmed that was Zack Snyder's shot.
Yeah,
he shot that scene. It wasn't Josh Whedon.
Yeah,
and that was one of the best moments in that original Justice League movie, and it was Zack Snyder's work. So all of the thing we know it's not Josh Whedon because he wouldn't use any of his shots.
John, there's people out there that know angles and everything. They'll know the difference. I'm not that type of person. I'm not that analytical, but I'll know by pacing how different it is because I felt that was a fucking clusterfuck of a film. It just this pacing was all over. It was so clunky and all over the place, and it was picking up and then slowing down again. Fucking hell! But listen, we're going to get it. We've got it, and I can't wait to see it. But John, before that,
I'm surprised it's on Sky for free.
And also
not an additional cost.
Yeah,
very surprised.
Well, Rupert's not taking any more money, surprisingly. He needs it. And the documentary as well, we'll have to catch that as well. But this is all about the black and white version. It's Zack Snyder's Justice League black and white edition officially announced. John, I'll tell you something. When this show is getting monetised, I'm going to have to make sure I pick the right selection for the amount of F-bombs I've just dropped. But Zack Snyder's Justice League, Justice is Grey, is officially coming to HBO. The black and white edition of the movie is Snyder's definitive version. Do a Snyder cut, so this is coming in from Screen Rant, and Zack Snyder took to Twitter to officially confirm that a black and white cut of Zack Snyder's Justice League would be coming to HBO Max. The project is titled Zack Snyder's Justice League Justice is Grey. Shit. No date was given other than the project would be coming soon and would be released in addition to the current cut the streaming service has already released. Along with the announcement, a clip from the movie featuring Ben Affleck's Batman and Jeremy Irons' Alfredo was, I nearly did say Alfred there, was also released. And there's that tweet there from Zack Snyder, or Snyder Cut. I don't think that's not Zack Snyder's official Twitter account, is it not?
No,
he is Zack Snyder. This is just for the
Snyder
film.
Cut, yes.
Yeah, the Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut.
Yeah,
Steve, I wonder if we spoke like this on YouTube, would more people understand us?
Probably, if we sounded like we were from Inverness.
Well, if you listen to the Critical Thinker, he gets hundreds of thousands of views, and he speaks, and he's got had a slight stroke, I think, and he speaks in a Scottish accent, and everyone understands him. And he kind of speaks like this. So,
John, will you be watching this?
Well, Stephen, if it comes out in IMAX like Zack has been parroting, He wants it to come out on IMAX. I probably will go and watch it. Yep, if the IMAX is opened in the next month or so, and that is in the IMAX,
Parroting.
I will go back to the IMAX for the first time since The Dark Knight Rises and watch this movie in black and white.
We only go to see DC films in IMAX,
Exactly, yeah. Which usually DC films
that do it, yeah.
Do it well.
Yeah.
Oh, there's my light flashing there. That's my dog.
Yeah.
I'll be half moon, full moon shortly, as in the
with
Jaffa
the Beatles,
Cakes.
yeah.
Yes, yeah, exactly, with the Beatles. Stephen, I would go and watch it. Yeah, purely because it's artistically different. I like a good black and white movie. That's why I watched The Lighthouse with the great Robert
Young
Eggers and William Dafoe, Young Frankenstein, Roma, Schindler's List. There's some great Mank. Hopefully, when I watch it, there's some great black and white movies out there. So, and that's just ones that deliberately made themselves black and white, not even the actual black and white Hitchcock movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, from an artistic uniqueness, going to watch that and saying I've been to see the Justice League is Grey version, then I probably would go and watch it just to go to an IMAX. So, because he's shot it for IMAX, Stephen. Listen, everyone was talking about that ratio, whatever you say it. I can never say that word
ratio,
right. The aspect ratio.
Yeah.
Moaning about it. Stephen, I watched. Who was it I watched? Who the hell was it I watched? Was it Stuntman? Or was it somebody else? I can't recall. Somebody was speaking about Stuntman. That is the IMAX full shot you've got there. That's why the black borders are down the side. It's for IMAX full shot, full experience. So we know he shot it for IMAX is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And he's talking about watching it at a 75-inch screen home theatre down in his basement. Sadly, I've not got
We've
one
not
of
all
those.
got that, Zacky boy.
Yes, so that was Chris. That was Chris Stuntman.
All right. Stucky boy.
Stucky boy.
Yeah.
So for me to get the full enjoyment out of that full shot aspect ratio, then I have to go to IMAX. So that's an excuse to go. So yeah, I would go and watch it.
I will say one thing, John. I know we can't press that button to play. I'm tempted to, but just the grey scale looks amazing.
It's
it looks
fantastic,
slate grey, doesn't it? It looks
does.
really clear.
Bring it up, Steve.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I would be intrigued to see the documentary for this, how they change this all to black and white. I presume they don't do like I do. I in Premiere Pro just change it to black and white. Presume there's a little bit more work goes into the shots.
So, yeah.
And it's interesting, Steve, because I don't know if you watch One Division, the making of the black and white scenes, and how bright and zany they had to make the colours of their clothes to make it stand out right in black and white.
Right, okay.
They had to give they painted Paul Bettany blue instead of the usual pinkish red. Wanda's clothes were all bright colours, so they've also not done this for this movie. They've not done it for this movie, so I don't know how it's going to affect how much it stands out. But yeah, they definitely done that for One Division. I thought that was fascinating.
Yeah,
that's the kind of creating
sometimes I don't like the whole gimmicky thing. I know that Ryan Johnson did the Last Jedi, the silent cut or whatever it's called, the one that they just had the John Williams score.
Oh yeah,
for that, score, you know, I don't think I would watch that. I'd rather just listen to the score. You know,
Stephen, you're like me. You listen to the score, you know what's happening in the movie at that exact moment.
Yeah,
you can listen to the score.
Yep.
On YouTube.
Yeah, but there's something about this cut, this version of the cut, that intrigues me.
They're saying it's his definitive version as well. That is the definitive version of his cut of the Snyder.
Snyder did 300, didn't he? He's got this knack for doing things like that. Did he do Sin City? I can't remember.
Did do Sin City.
He's got that kind of. He's got that. That's his thing.
He's a great director, Steve.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I know he's got his critics, but he's a great director, man. And I've liked the vast majority of his movies. I like the definitive version, the director's cut of Batman v Superman as well. I love Man of Steel.
John, I still say Watchmen is one of the greatest superhero films ever made.
Yes, Stephen, someone commented that.
Yeah,
the topic I spoke about last week, top greatest.
I got the extended cut
on
Blu-ray about 8 years ago, and I love it, absolutely love it.
He's a great director.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie.
I'm glad the guy's got to see his work played out in his vision, not some bastardised Frankenstein's monster vision he's attributed to, just because it was him that shot it originally. So I'm glad his version's out there, and it's getting good reactions. So well done, Zack.
We're going to move on now, John, to a sequel that I don't want to see. It's a sequel too far. It's Eddie Murphy won't do Beverly Hills Cop 4 until the script is right. This is coming in from MovieWeb. Eddie Murphy says Beverly Hills Cop 4 is still in the works at Netflix, but he's still not signing on to return as Axel Foley until the screenplay is just right. He thought the screenplay for Come to America was just right, and it wasn't that good. It was just he good. Anyway, Come to America.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Good and terrible. Come to America isn't the only classic movie from his career that Eddie Murphy will revisit. In 2019, Paramount Pictures announced that Netflix had
the Facebook, the YouTube.
Yeah,
I hate it when people say the Facebook.
Had picked up the rights for a Beverly Hills Cop sequel. It was also reported that Bad Boys for Life helmers Adil El Aribi and Bilal Fallow are also on board to co-direct the movie, with Murphy expected to reprise the role of Axel Foley. Speaking about Beverly Hills Cop 4 on Desus and Mero, Murphy provided an update on the current status of the project. He said this: they've been trying to make another Beverly Hills Cop for 15 years now. Right now Netflix has it and they're trying to develop a script.
We're going to get it then.
That's what we're supposed to be. Yeah, they don't buy things for the sake of it. That's what we are supposed to be doing next, but I'm not doing nothing until the script is right. Yeah, I understand that.
You've got to respect that, Eddie.
Well, obviously it's one of his famous roles, Axel Foley, and I think after the third film, which was an absolute shitfest.
It's been a while, Steve. I don't know if I've even seen the third film.
It's terrible. I always remember, John, that
for sure.
John Ashton, who played Taggart in the film, the older guy, the bald head guy with the moustache, the heavier one, out of the two, he wasn't in that. He retired. Basically, John Ashton didn't want to do it.
Was that am I thinking about the same one, the one with the Bond?
You got Judge Reinhold in there, the big tall fella.
Is that him?
Ronnie Cox as well.
Partner?
Yeah, Ronnie Cox from RoboCop and Total Recall fame was in there as well, playing a good guy for a change. 1987, I think the first Beverly Hills Cop came out.
That's what I'm thinking about.
And then the second one came out. The sequel, Beverly Hills Cop 2, came out in 1987, and then there was a bit of a gap, 7-year gap before we got Beverly Hills Cop 3. George Lucas actually had a cameo in that, by the way. I always remember that at a theme park. I didn't like it.
Was you wearing denims again in a shirt?
Yeah, I played shirt. It just didn't have the same feel as the first two films, John. I think the chemistry was great between Eddie Murphy, Judge Reinhold and John Ashton, and Ronnie Cox to an extent as well. He was the superior. So, but it was just the dynamics between the four of them was fantastic, and that seemed to be missing in that third installment. I don't know where they can take this. John Ashton's character, I don't know if John Ashton, the actual actor, is still living or not, John, but he retired in 1994.
Still alive, he's 73.
Yeah, his character retired in 1994, so I don't know who. I can't imagine any of these guys coming back to do this. Maybe Judge Reinhold would, but I just can't see it. And I don't really think that we really need it. That's the other question, isn't it?
No, we don't, Stephen. Usually Hollywood are content with a trilogy of movies, but when Netflix get involved, you're going to find they're going to use it, Stephen. It's absolutely certain they will use the rights to that movie. You're right, they don't buy something if they're not willing to adapt it into another movie. So we are going to get a terrible Beverly Hills Cops. Well, I can't even say it. Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Bullseying.
Beverly Hills Cop 4.
That's it.
There we go, tongue twister. Just keep repeating it 10 times and see if you can do it in one take after that, John. But Stephen, I think we will end up getting it. Well, it's something we need to see. I doubt it. We've seen the vast majority of Eddie's movies over the last 20 years have not been great. I read an article that says he actually quit acting for a while because he was getting slightly depressed at getting nominated for, what was it, Razzies?
Oh, jeez.
They were saying that confirmed in his mind that he was making terrible movies and they didn't want to continue on doing it. He came back, of course, he's had a bit of a renaissance. What I will say is Eddie's saying that he's not going to do it until the script's absolutely right. That's promising, because that means he's not selling out anymore. He's beyond that stage of just selling out for a quick buck. It has to be artistically right. The characters have to be in the right place in terms of evolution from the third movie before he'll even think about doing it. And I think that's promising. But Stephen, I keep saying it, man, all of those movies from the 80s, early 90s, they don't work in the modern era. They've just lost that bit of pizzazz.
John, I think it's because the world's a little bit more touchy as well in regards to humour. Especially
with Eddie Murphy, Stephen. And sadly, they're not receptive to these kind of movies anymore, and you can't do them the way they were done. I mean, I'm trying to find the rating of the original movies. I don't think they were 15, which is R-rated these days, isn't it?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in saying this, John, but I don't think Eddie Murphy's got the same swagger he had when he was in his 20s.
He's nearly 60, man.
And he's a millionaire.
Yep.
He's not got the edge anymore. You know, I might be wrong. I'd love him to prove me wrong, but I can't see it.
No, Stephen, you change when you get to 60, man. It's a completely different person to when you're in your 20s. Stephen, when you're in your 30s, you're a completely different person to when you're in your 20s. I know that. I got to 25 and I kind of plateaued, and I've been the same since 25, but I've got a little bit different But early 20s, whenever what age he was in the late 80s.
I'm in my mid-40s and I slur my words, John.
Stephen, I'm in my early 30s and I slur my words.
I'm talking about Eddie Murphy losing his edge. This guy's nearly 60 and he's a lot fitter and younger looking than me. But John, you're absolutely right. I think it's going to happen, and people will say, well, you don't have to watch it. Listen, I didn't have to watch Independence Day 2 on Saturday night, and I lasted 20 minutes into that because I was intrigued to see. It's been out for about 4 years or something like that, maybe longer, and I stayed away for it long enough, and then I saw it was on Disney Plus, and I went, pressed the button. It just, one of those things, curiosity got the better of me, and I lasted 20 minutes of it, and I went, right, that's just ruined the first movie for me altogether. Dumb and Dumber 2 is the same.
Stephen, have you ever walked out of a theatre watching a movie?
I nearly did it for Attack of the Clones, John. It was I'll tell you what scene it was in Attack of the Clones. It was the whole fucking Clone War thing. It was like a computer game. It was like I was sitting on a PlayStation 2. You know, I think that's what it was at the time, PlayStation 2, and I went, this is absolutely terrible.
I vividly remember going out to the what was that theatre called? The Odeon. The Odeon, amazing theatre. Beatles had played there and everything. Going to see the Revenge of the Sith. You were looking forward to seeing Kashyyyk. You went for a toilet break and came back and it had been done. Yeah, I was like, can't wait. Where's Kashyyyk? Was it happened and what's done, Stephen?
Yeah,
you missed it in your toilet break.
And with a screaming child behind us as well. I remember that, and I remember muttering something like, going to shut the fuck up or something like that. So why would you bring a baby to see a Star Wars film? But listen, I digress, John. I hope they don't go there. They will go there though. Netflix has bought up the rights for us. They don't buy up the rights and then we'll just leave it now. You
know what I wish Netflix would buy the rights up to, Stephen? Take Harry Potter off of J.K. Rowling and do something with that, man. Yeah. Take it away from her and do something with that. Do something interesting. She's been a fucking dumpster fire for years. It's JK. She lost me when she started coming out with her anti-Scottish independent stuff. That was me. I'd lost her.
I think she's come out with a lot worse since then.
She has come out with a lot. That's what I'm saying, Stephen. That's what started it. It's only been confirmed in recent years. When she started coming out with that push, I'm like, Scotland made you.
I think when people do get to a certain sort of point in their life where they've got so much money they know they can't spend from that point till they die, don't give a fuck,
That's just George Lucas.
Yeah,
that's why he just wears plaid shirts and denims every single day, and he's a billionaire.
But anyway,
wow, George,
we'll have to
your money, George.
We'll just have
I'll
to
show you how to dress.
Get George Lucas to make this film.
Yeah,
he would do a good job of it.
Yeah, we're missing George. That's what we're missing. More George directing movies.
But anyway, John, we'll move on to our final topic of tonight. It's a very short show. We've only got 4 topics.
Steve, how far are we in, man? 30 minutes.
Yeah, we've gibbered and gibbered.
Just tangent galore.
Yeah, it's been.
We went from Beverly Hills Cop 40 fucking Revenge of the Sith to the Odeon.
Maybe that's the way forward for us. Maybe we should reduce the topic so we can just go off on tangents and we've got the time to do that rather than we need to get to that 5th topic. But I don't know, John. We'll have to see. Vijay Sethupathye's stunning mass look and debut Bollywood movie revealed. That's a hard word for me to say. Vijays Sethupathye, which is easy to say. This is coming in for IndiaGlitz.com. Now, this only dropped today, and I picked this up right away. So I'm just going to read this article. It's a very short article, John, and that's a good shot. That it's a known fact that Mikhail Selvany Vijays Sethupathye is acting in multiple movies across languages and has now turned a pan-Indian actor with a huge demand and fan following all over the country. Great shot, look, lighting up that cigarette. Last seen in Telepathy Vijay's master, Vijays Sethupathye is all set to make his Bollywood debut with the movie Mumbaikar, directed by cinematographer Santosh Sivan, and the actor's first glimpse from the movie is out. I see some shot on this photograph.
I was laughing, Stephen. I looked at it, a little kid's gagged.
Yeah.
And he's kind of smiling and looking up. It is a little bit disconcerting.
Classic Vijays Sethupathye.
The kid's gagged and he's smiling. What is going on here, man? He should be terrified and he's smiling.
Vijays Sethupathye shared a photo of his
Picasso
look
photo from his later days.
Mumbaikar, where he's holding a kid as a hostage with a gun in his hand. Vijays Sethupathye plays the role played by Munish Kath in this movie, which is the remake of Lokesh Kanagaraj's Mananagram. I'm sweating after saying this. What do you take from this? It's Twitter, isn't it?
It's Twitter.
Tweet.
From Stephen, I take from it that it's a great shot of Vijay. He's looking cool as hell in that suit. I like the shot game. He's got the glasses game down, as most Indian actors seem to have. They're much better at wearing glasses than Westerners. every Indian actor I've seen is Tom Cruise level when it comes to wearing sunglasses. So that's what I'm taking from it. Vijay, cool as hell. I've seen him in 2 movies now. I've seen him in multiple trailers. He's a great actor. He's got a great presence. He's just funny as well, Stephen. He's got a way about him. The way he acts and he says things, it gives me vibes of Johnny Depp playing Jack Sparrow. The little subtle bits of humour. But obviously he's more serious than that, but just the humour sense. He's a cool, funny guy.
I'm not saying he's like Marlon Brando, but you know Marlon Brando had a kind of humour about him as well in certain films, even when he was playing an imposing figure. That's what I get from him as well.
Well, Stephen, the last movie, it was Vikram Vedha, was the perfect example. When he dodges or stands up and the bullet ricochets, he goes, "Hey!" It's the way he says it, the music.
I think that was ad-libbed, that wasn't in the script.
It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely superb. So what I'm taking from that is very, very cool shot.
That
I like the fact he's kidnapped a little kid.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. So I'm interested in the story already. He's got a kid kidnapped, gagged, and he's got a gun in his hand. Where are they going with this? And the fact that he's starring in a Bollywood film as well, that's interesting.
Debut,
he's a southern Indian superstar like Vijays, Ahmad Haven and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's down in Tamil Nadu, and now he's going up to Northern India and starring in Bollywood.
It's a remake as well, John.
It's a remake of Lokesh Kanagaraj, and we have been commenting on this, Stephen. We're new to Indian cinema, but we have noticed, we can't help but notice that it seems to me that the Southern Indian cinema or film industry makes very interesting, unique stories, and then Bollywood remakes them 6 months or like 2 years later. And again, I'm remaking a Lokesh Kanagaraj movie, so interesting to see how that'll maybe.
Well, John, I think from a filmmaker's point of view, you're following the footsteps of a guy who's got a very unique film making process in Lokesh Kanagaraj. I'm sounding like a pro here, but I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 of his films. But
he has got
you do see that style, from him is very unique, John, and it's going to be very interesting if this will hold up. It remains to be seen. The cinematographer's actually directing this film, isn't he?
Stephen, what was it? Was it Drysham?
Yeah.
Drysham, they remade the original Drysham with Ajay Devgan. It looked okay, but what was your man? Was it Mahanlal? The guy that says the Brando of India? He seemed to put in a much better, more nuanced, better performance than Ajay Devgan. And look, I've seen trailers with Ajay, and I think he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
I love that police one.
Yeah.
I think he's in with Ranveer Singh, and was it Akshay Kumar? That police one's class. He looks good in that. So, not downing on Ajay, but the original one seemed better, and I think it's Malayalam. So I think that's Southern India again. So Southern India seems to make better movies, and then Northern India copies it. But it's not like
it's not like Vijay Sethupathiy's actually got to go out there and take whatever he can. I think he's a man with power. He's a well-known, established actor in India. So it remains to be seen whether or not he's wanted to work with this cinematographer Santosh Sivan.
Maybe he just wants to be a pan-Indian superstar, like a Yash or a Pravas. He wants to be a name all over India.
Could be, John.
There's probably merit to being a name in South India, but being a pan-Indian star, you're going to make a lot more money. It's going to be more eyeballs.
Maybe Telepathy's had a word in his ear when on the set of Master said, "This is what you have to do."
Possible.
Yeah.
Steve, I'm looking forward to it. I like the guy. I'm looking forward to watching his movies. I've seen 2 now with him, and
it's funny, John. The first film I saw him in was Master, and I'm not meant to like him, but he was brilliant. Absolutely.
Stephen, again, that's Lokesh. He sets the character up in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
He dedicates the first 10-15 minutes to Bhavani, and you connect with him because he's been through some trouble. He's not an out-and-out bad guy, he's just opportunistic. So that's Lokesh, and the guy's style of directing. He's a very intelligent director.
Very clean.
He's very clean, man, yes, from A Hard Day's Night, not A Hard Night's Day, as I says back in the day. Stephen, look, they're remaking his work, so I'm sure it'll have something decent because it's Lokesh. But man, that's going to round up our movie news show today. I don't know what I was doing there. I lost the plot momentarily, but I got it back.
You were looking for another article, John.
I got it back just in time. What is your thoughts on the topics we touched upon on the show today? The headlines, whatever you want to call them. That's a headline in here. Spider-Man No Way Home. I'll be getting Andrew Garfield as his stunt double. Confirmation of that. What's his stunt double's name again, Stephen? Let's try and find it. I don't know what his stunt double's name, but his stunt double is on the set of No Way Home. Does that confirm that Andrew's going to be starring in it? William Spencer, that's the one. What do you make about Zack Snyder's black and white movie? Is that something you're interested in seeing? What do you make about Eddie Murphy? Do you want to see a Beverly Hills Cops 4? Beverly Hills Cop 4? That's and are you excited about Vijays Sethupathi going up to North India to do a Bollywood remake of OK's kind of garage? Does he have to be a pan-Indian superstar? Or do the South just want them all to their own? You can comment down below if you've got anything to say at all. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Hit the follow button on Twitch if you want to see more content like this, and you will duly get it. But look, guys, I'm done. Bye-bye. Beverly Hills Cops 4, Beverly Hills Cops 4, Beverly Hills Cops 4.